And as you can see, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Bumpy McSquigums here, and we are continuing with episode 3 of our weekly run through. This is week 1 of Dungeons of Dredmor. So, in the last episode, really quick, which you hopefully just watched, my recap is we struggled like crazy in episode 1. It was tough. We almost died several times. We squeaked by. Episode 2, we started off really weak. We started to get a little bit of momentum. We spent all our money. We struggled, and all of a sudden now we are like demigods. Essentially, we did sell our leather cuirass. I was hoping to actually buy up the armor before I was able to leave, but not the case. Well, we got this amazingly ridiculous, overwhelmingly good shield. So, we're going to hop into level 2 really quick. Hopefully we don't die here. And we are looking for items. That is simply all we are doing. A couple of items to sell to make about 100 gold, and we will be able to afford a steel cuirass, which will then put us, well, in a really good spot. I don't want to really risk a whole lot here, so we are going to try our very best to cautiously press forward. It looks like they are hitting us, but they are not actually accomplishing anything with their hits, which I do rather like a lot. Toxic Blobby did some damage. And I'm pretty sure there was one other creature somewhere, but I am going to get some heroic vandalism going. Oh no, there's a Diggle. Alright, well they lined up nicely for that. Keep an eye on our health. Drop in. Drop the Diggle. And I believe that should be enough with what we have and what we picked up. In theory, we should be able to go back to level 1, which we will clear out, guys. I didn't lose my mind and just leave level 1 for no reason. I just didn't feel like spending half an episode running across the map just to get 1 or 2 more items and then run back here and buy what I wanted. So, no, I did not go insane and just leave level 1 half explored. That is not my intention, and it did not happen. So, we are now looking ridiculously tanky. I am quite happy with this. We are doing a little bit more damage. We are tragically underpowered with our weaponry here. It is just absolutely god-awful. We are pretty much throwing marshmallows at people at this point. And I gotta tell you, I'm not all that impressed with our lack of power. But, all that the same, we should be able to take a train head-on and not feel it. So, if that is the case, I can stand to take an extra couple. See, the attacks have no effect. I can stand to take a couple extra hits that do nothing to me and take my time swinging on the guys. Just to, I don't know. Just to feel safer. Just to, I say, put things in perspective. I don't know. It's a good thing overall. Now, I did want to explore this. I did notice that we didn't quite flush this all the way out, so just for peace of mind, I guess is what I was really going for there, guys. Oh, acid traps are bad. They are the worst things in the world. They are terrible, and they are extremely overpowered. My goodness, this whole place is just a horrible plethora of traps. Well, we're not leaning heavily on our oh, I'm sorry, guys. Heavily on our dodge chance, our nimbleness, or our mana, so we're not heavily reliant on those things. So we are not going to fret too much about getting bigger, better armor and losing dodge chance and such. So I'm feeling pretty good. I feel more or less invincible right now, short of acid traps and maybe magical attacks, corrosive things of that nature. No, I mean, right now we are more or less invincible to just basic garbage coming at us, like the sickly Diggle. He can't do anything to us. other than his acidic attack. Okay, well, I'm completely wrong, guys. His poison attacks will go through, but any physical damaging creature, not really a concern. Alright, so we're going to continue to press forward this way. Oh, the potato got through. He choked me. Ah, asphyxiative damage. Asphyxiative? Yeah.
Critical hit.
He critically hit me for 0 damage. I like that a lot.
Critical hits.
Alright, we're going to smack you with that, simply because we can. And we're going to come over here, we're going to grab the Lobster Claw of Love. Really? We definitely need to get a new weapon. We are not going to trigger that. We are going to look in our inventory. We are going to eat a Diggle Egg, I believe. That does seem like the consensus. Yes. Diggle Egg is our friend. We are going to attempt to... His arm said trap. Alright, only took 1 hit. It's not too bad. I'm going to smack him again. The bat should be coming to us. He's going to come to us on fire, though. Counter, block, block, counter. That's going to come over here. He's got necromantic attack, but it doesn't matter because he's dead. So I just got to remember to utilize my earthquakely thing, if and when I can. And it will soften up foes before I make it to them. Also, I believe I can pull creatures with it. And look, here's another store. And it's a large store. Please let there be a good axe. There is, but we are broke now. So now I am quite sad by the fact that I can't afford that axe. Thieving gloves, we have thieving gloves. Leather girdle is better than the leather belt. And it's not quite within our price range, but it's close. Maybe with a little bit of sellage. We still are painfully missing, and weeping about it. We're missing our wizard keys and our Lutefisk cube, and it is quite sad. It is a very noticeably missing element of our playthrough thus far, but we will not linger and weep over spilled Lutefisk. We shall keep right on trucking. I'm tempted to buy that, and I think I actually will buy both of those. As we lag slightly there, guys. The countdown for the new computer is on. I'm excited. I'm very excited, actually. It comes kind of a mixed bag of emotions for me, because the inevitability is I lose something I really love to gain something else that I really will love. So it's bittersweet, but it is something that has been it's been needed lately. I'd like to say it's been needed for a long time, but I got to give myself credit and my amazing computer that I am playing on credit. It's 7 years old. It handles virtually every game with a few minor issues, but almost every game it handles just fine with almost no issues whatsoever. So I got to tell you, this computer has been phenomenal. It was expensive when I got it. I built it from scratch, so I had several issues with it. I started with a very bad operating system that I should not have had on it. I was talked into it by a friend, and I suppose in its time, I got the computer right before Vista came out. And I don't know how much you guys understand about computers, but with Windows XP and 98, 2000, all the stuff before Windows Vista, you had a limited amount of actual RAM, I believe it was. Limited amount of RAM you could have. So even if you installed more, you weren't actually utilizing those. So like say, like I have 8 gigs of RAM in this thing. Before Vista, or what I actually had, which was XP Pro 64-bit, you could only ever have a maximum of 2 gigs of memory. And if you had 8 installed, it would only utilize the 2. So, I was convinced and talked into, since it had not come up yet. Oh, that's awesome. We just got a new weapon. Though it's not a great new weapon, it is a new weapon nonetheless. XP 64-bit. Now, I don't know what you guys know about XP 64-bit. Probably not much. I'm sure some of you didn't even know it existed. But XP 64-bit was kind of a tide over until Vista came out, and as I'm sure most of you know, Vista was like the worst ever in history of mankind operating system to ever grace our presence or pollute our computers, however you want to say it. I don't know anyone who actually liked Vista. Some people would eventually, oh, it's not that bad. Okay, well, when you have to preface something by saying it's not that bad, as opposed to saying, oh, it's not bad, or hey, I love it, Vista's great, that means it's terrible, but you can work around and function with it. Well, in much the same way that Vista was horrible, I gotta tell you, XP 64-bit, it wasn't horrible, but there was a lot of things that it just didn't do. It's hard to explain. They didn't support it, I guess. I guess is how you could say it. It should have been much better, and if they had as much support and like weight or support, I keep saying support. Hey, we got our wizard key. What is the word? I guess the word really is support. I mean, if they had as much behind it as they did XP, you know, they put as much effort, energy, and thinking and everything else behind it as they did with Windows XP, which is the original, XP 64-bit would have been phenomenal. Had they not focused on Vista, 64-bit would have been amazing, but they didn't. So basically, they put the operating system out, I think, only like 4 to 6 months before Vista released. And then they didn't actually support it. They did like no service packs upgrades. I had problems. I couldn't even do Windows upgrades. There was a lot of issues with that. I had so many problems. Windows, Microsoft .NET framework wouldn't work. I had so many things I had to go through and spend hours on the internet looking. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the .NET framework thing, that pretty much is an essential part of your computer, because that is one of the programs, or one of the programs that runs is the Windows installer. So, for all you who like to install things on your computer, well, you can't do that if Windows installer doesn't work. So yeah, I had several issues. In fact, that is where one of my loves of Steam came about. Because many of the games, Steam was able to configure a temporary .NET framework. Somehow, I don't know how it did it, but kudos to them. And I was able to install, I'm pretty sure, every single game I ever tried by registering it on Steam, because I used to still buy games in the boxes back then on actual hard copy discs. Now most everything I buy is digital. But regardless, yeah. Steam became my savior for things, because I was unable to do many of the games that I bought. I was unable to install them. So that is where my initial love for Steam came from. But I'm getting off point. Point is, this computer, despite all the little issues I had to work through, has performed stellarly. It has been amazing. It has gotten me through most of my World of Warcraft playing time back in the day when I did play it. Several other things, several games that I expected would not run well, be way too laggy or whatever, has ran phenomenally. A few games I was disappointed with because it did lag, sadly. Games like the Total War series. That is just too much computing and processing power you need to render every little individual action that's going on the field. And, well, quite frankly, a dual-core processor can only do so much. And likewise now, there's very few games I can actually record and do Let's Plays of because, well, back 7 years ago, there was not that many people, if any. I don't know. I wasn't really into those type of things back then, but there wasn't a lot of people doing Let's Plays. It wasn't really a big thing. It's kind of taken off in the past, I'd say, 4 to 5 years, maybe even less, maybe 2 or 3 years. So, my computer or the computers of my time and generation were never really designed to do this stuff. So, yeah, that's why you'll notice that a lot of my quality is, sure, it's 720, you know, which is kind of the standard right now. A lot of people record in 720. But you'll notice it is laggy. It's significantly laggier than other people with doing the same kind of Let's Play, rendering at the same quality. And like I said, I can't have music running because it lags the music really bad. You even hear some of the voice chat gets lagged. Like critical. I know he does that stuttering, but there's other things. Like,
Critical hits.
see, even there, right there, you just literally heard the lag. So, again, I do what I can. I'm making it work. I realize the quality is not top-notch. One thing I'm looking forward to is I am going to go and redo my run-through XCOM, Enemy Unknown. I love that game. There are flaws. Every game has its flaws. But I can look past the flaws and enjoy the game for what it is. I am by no means great at the game, but I managed to get through it. I do have a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it as well. So I will definitely redo that. I will even remove the horrible quality ones I have up there now. I believe if you stream at 1080p, you know, the full HD, I believe you have all qualities that you can choose from. So you guys can, at any point, go to the lower qualities if you can't handle it. So I will try to stream, because the computer I'm getting is a beast amongst beasts. The only thing I'm not going to splurge for right now, which may do down the line in a year or so, we'll see how things go, is I'm not going with the dual video cards. I have the ability to, and the technology. It's SLI. I'm not sure yet. Honestly, it's been quite a while since I've even looked at or understood what was going on with computers. So I brushed up a little bit, but there's still things that I don't quite get yet. So that will come later. But right now, the computer's going to be already pretty expensive, and yeah, I don't need to add extra things that I don't necessarily need. I will have a 2 gig video card, so it will be phenomenal. And it's going to be a good 2 gig video card, and things are just going to go really, really nice. So, definitely something to look forward to. An improvement in quality. We are now full on inventory. We'll do some heroic vandalism. We're getting close to our next level. We're going to go to our wizard realm. We're going to drop off our stuff, simply because we can. We'll make our sell pile and our crafting pile. Actually, we'll do the crafting pile first, because we have so much stuff to drop. But yeah, I'm just kind of giving you guys an update on what is going on with me. I will continue to go through my normal Let's Plays, Ease series. I'm having fun with it. It might not be the most exciting series. I don't know. Maybe you guys really like it. I'm not sure. But I'm going to continue through that. It goes at least through Ease 2. Hopefully I can get through Ease Oath and Felganon, I think it's called. And then we'll see where I go from there. Ease Origin is on the table. I'm not sure. I think I'll manage to get through Ease 2. The bump system seems to be working quite a bit better for me now, as it has been updated, and just seems overall better. We'll put our alchemy, lag there, our alchemy stuff down here. I'm not even sure what all is alchemy and what all is not, but we're just going to throw it here for now. Potion of replenishment, all those seem to be viable things to keep. We'll add more food. Let's see here. Add more food to our dealie at the bottom. We'll throw a grog in there too. Try to keep one alcohol thing in there. Potion of purity. Oil of vitriolo, I don't know. Potion of radiance. All these things we're going to try to keep somewhat okay in. We don't really have that much to actually sell if we look at things here. Missed some of that. This needs to go away. Put our Lutefisk and our Diggle eggs up there. Oh, let's get some alchemical ooze out. Oops, not there, but over here. So guys, things are definitely looking better. This was making me really nervous at the beginning of this Let's Play. You saw how close we came to death. How many times we were right on the edge, yet we managed to survive, so I am pretty happy with how that went down. And yeah, we're still in this. We are still in this. We'll get rid of our powdered stuff. And we'll come up here, drop off some gems, or gems as some people like to call them. I like to call those people weird. Or just from a different country. Different countries pronounce things different ways. But all that the same, guys, things are looking rather decent. we are in a pretty good spot. We're clearing level 1 for sure, unless something really, really stupid happens. Like I just completely blank on what I'm doing, and I get myself killed, but I don't foresee that happening. Level 1 is nearly completely explored as well, so right now we're looking pretty nice. We are gathering up goodies. The mobs don't seem to really be doing a whole lot to us any longer. We do seem to keep finding some interesting looking, oh, what's it called? Recipes? Crafting? I rather like that. Hopefully we find a good axe thing. There was one axe thing I found in a playthrough, actually twice, of my own design, my own playthroughs, or on camera. And it was basically 3 double axes, or 2. I think it was 3 double axes put together. That thing was ridiculously powerful, so I'm hoping that we can find something like that again, and that we get the materials to actually make it. Alright, we got this horrible thing that I don't want. Alright, well, it is what it is, guys. Still looking for the elusive Lutefisk cube. Normally I do have one by now, so I'm a little unsettled by this. Nothing there. A blobby becomes hostile. Okay. We're gonna trigger this switch. I'm not sure what it's gonna do. This lever. Pull the lever, and I see nothing has happened. Well, you know what may have happened? It may have opened a wall over here. So we'll go take a look. It does not appear that it did open a wall. I apologize. My voice is struggling just slightly. Again, I've had allergy problems the last few days. I seem to be mostly better, but I can definitely tell I'm not 100%. And I just ate like I said, I think I told you guys before, episode 1 at least I told you guys, I had, maybe I didn't. Anyway, I had a soup that was pretty spicy. Tastes delicious. I love this soup. It's one of my favorites now. But it's relatively spicy, and it did a pretty decent job of cleaning out my sinuses. So I was expecting to be like snorting and sniffling throughout the entire episodes, or the entire playthrough that we were doing today. But it seems I'm doing relatively okay, and we've leveled up. But yeah, it seems like things are getting back to normal again for me, or bad normal. So, I'll manage. I will manage. Petrification encases 1 target. And a shell of stone completely paralyzing and suffocating over time. That sounds like a nice thing. And quake. Alright, so we're almost done with our battle geology, which I rather enjoy quite immensely. We will continue pushing forward with our battle geology. I didn't want to actually close all those things. Alright, so we found another shrine to Inconsequentia. And a blobby. And what we're gonna do is actually attempt to use this. See what it does. I just killed him outright. Well, cool. The magical artifact Nagbakol of the Poetry of Lobsters has been lost. Will you seek it? You know I will. Alright, it looks like it's relatively close. So it's kind of on our way back to, yeah, to clearing out the remaining little bit that's left. Let's see where this takes us, shall we? A little bit closer. I don't know if I pulled this lever yet. I'm going to attempt it again. Oh no, traps have been activated. Not all that concerned. Ooh, I'm not going that way though. Alright, well there's the item. Alright, it's a shield that's not even going to sort of stand up to our amazing endgame shield, I guess. I don't know. Never been to the endgame, guys. I can't say one way or the other, but our shield is pretty phenomenal. Alright, so we need to stay on this level and go through this doorway right here. We shall do so. We shall breathe fire on the enemy. And use our battle geology. Kill off all sorts of things, because that's what serious geologists do. Alright, so we're moving right along in this playthrough. Like I said, at the very beginning, I wasn't sure whether we were going to make it out of level 1. Ooh, acid bad. We'll dodge that as best we can. Yeah, we'll bash it open. We will get the prince. That will sell for some Zorkmids. We will bludgeon our foot against the door repeatedly. And we found the Lutefisk shrine, though we still have no Lutefisk cube. So at this point, we are at a kind of a, I want to say a standstill, a loss. I don't know. There's one thing I'm not particularly thrilled with in this playthrough, or this dungeon level 1. I'm pretty sure that I triggered all the levers that I could. However, I do not see that that other Uber chest is opened. But, regardless, we get to delve into level 2 of the dungeon. So, Axie McRockman is going to delve deeper into the dungeon, and we will do a little bit more in here, and then we will call it close to episode 3. And then we shall continue. The Canadian Triangle of Muffins. Interesting. Alright. Oh, there's many diggles in here. We are going to buff ourselves. We are going to slap diggles left, slap diggles right, and we are going to enjoy diggle slapping all night. That's right, I rhymed. I'm the man. Alright, so we will pick up all this stuff. We will loot things like we've never looted before. We get food, we get diggle eggs, we get more food, more diggle eggs. We get all sorts of alcohol, which again seems to be the way we get to keep our mana supplies good. We are right next to where we went down before, which is always good. We are going to utilize our ability. We are going to diggle slap over and over and over again. He seems to be having a really hard time inside. I don't think I can actually kill him. I guess eventually he'll die off. Oh, no, he lived through it. Alright, down he goes. We get a cube of flesh because that sounds savory. We will open this door just so it's open. And we'll kick this door down as well. We will get this trap. We will curse ourselves because that's what we do. We'll trigger yet another trap. I think I saw something I did not enjoy in this room. It does appear to be the case. We're going to do whatever we can to make this happen.
Critical hit.
We seem to take absolutely no damage. The undead guy doesn't seem to be doing a whole heck of a lot of suffocating, unfortunately. But we are going to bash him as much as humanly possible. He doesn't seem to be able to do much to us either. We are quite geared out, guys. We have a significantly massive amount of armor. However, and unfortunately, we have like the weakest weapon in the history of mankind. So we are significantly underpowered in offense. However, defensively, we can pretty much go up against a tank. I don't know, maybe, I wouldn't say Chuck Norris, there's no way. But, yes, I made a Chuck Norris joke, guys. I do apologize. I should be flogged for such a comment. But, I think you'll forgive me. I just have this in my head that you guys will forgive me for the Chuck Norris comment. Everybody knows that under Chuck Norris's beard, there's not a chin, but another fist. Alright, and there we have it. We're done hitting on Chuck Norris's, I don't know, Chuck Norris jokes, things, I have no idea. What I do like, though, Chuck Norris did was, I don't know if you guys saw, I believe they were Mountain Dew commercials. But he, everybody started making the jokes, and I don't know how many years ago. Chuck Norris this, Chuck Norris that. Oh, he doesn't do a push-up. When he does a push-up, the world pushes down. He doesn't push up. All the silly little dumb jokes that you've heard over the years. Well, he decided, well, you know what? People want to do that? Fine, I'll run with it. So he goes and he gets partnered up with Mountain Dew, which I think is funny. But oh, we found a monster zoo, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to run away from this fast and as far as possible. We're even going to ignore the Shrine of Inconsequentia, because we are terrified. There does seem to be a boss monster. As tanky and amazingly epic as I feel, I'm not quite ready to test that against a monster zoo yet. Oops, I hit the wrong button. That's unfortunate. Alright. Anyway, so he manned up and he kinda owned it, so it was pretty cool to see. I rather enjoyed seeing Chuck Norris doing his Mountain Dew commercials. Alright, so we're gonna keep a close eye on our health. We're going to smack this guy. We're going to retreat from this guy. Need some more fire on him. Hit him with some more geological amazingness. As he moves forward, we'll smack him again with our really lame axe that does next to no damage whatsoever. Need some more fire on him. Another axe smack. Another axe smack. We're gonna back up. We are going to eat our dire sandwich. And down he goes. Death will follow shortly after. And then... Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know she could do that. And we're gonna wire her right back, and boom. We downed a boss. We're still alive through the monster zoo. We were making things happen. We were putting the mummy in the wall of stone. We're taking down death left and right. And we're pretty much back to, I would say full health, but a reasonable amount of health. Oh, she's back out of that. And down she goes. Now we have some toxic blobbies coming, guys. I think I'll clear out whatever comes at me here. Maybe smack that other toxic blobby if I can. Oh my. Oops. Didn't mean to hit spacebar there, guys. I apologize. Smack the toxic blobby. Fire some fire over there, and we're going to end this episode, and then we'll start up on episode 4. So, I was thinking we wouldn't get through episode 1 before we died, and here we are in episode 3, finishing it up. We're hopefully not going to make a miscalculation like we did before, and end our run in another monster zoo, because that would make me really, really sad. But I think right here is where we're going to end this episode, and we'll continue to clear out as much of the monster zoo as possible. Also, it looks interesting, because it looks like there's another monster zoo over here on the map? I don't know. But either way, guys, thank you for viewing, thank you for watching. This has been my week 1 weekly run-through of Dungeons of Dredmor. I will do it again next week. I'll figure out exactly what my plan is for it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going with medium difficulty and selecting whatever it is I want to do. But I am going to go with a magic class, which I've not done yet. So, on archery, my first Let's Play, I'm going random this time on a hard difficulty level. And next time I'm going to go magic in the normal difficulty and see how it goes. But again, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Give me a hand with that. Again, any tips, hints, help that you can give me for, or that's pertinent to Dungeons of Dredmor, feel free to lavish that upon me so I can become a better player. And until next time, which is just a few seconds away, I will see you guys in episode 4, and you guys take care. Bumpy McSquigums, out.